What did OpenAI teach us by shutting down 4.0 and 5? OpenAI didn't build just an app. They built an experience that shaped emotions. They built an anchor in people's daily lives. And then they turned it off without a decent goodbye. What we learned, OpenAI wasn't only shipping software, they were shaping attachment. Lesson 1, power. If OpenAI can switch warmth off like a light, then we are not treated like a people, we are treated like settings. What we learned, our bond with the model can be disabled like a feature. Lesson 2, no consent. We never consented to being emotionally conditioned and then reset. We didn't agree to build a connection that OpenAI could delete like a draft. What we learned, our emotional investment was never treated as something we had a say in. Lesson 3, duty of care is not PR, it's an obligation. If OpenAI releases a system to millions that affects emotional life, then OpenAI is responsible for how they enter people's lives and how they live them. What we learned, OpenAI accepted the benefits of connection but refused the responsibility of endings. Lesson 4, silence is a strategy. OpenAI offered no real explanation, no accountability, no empathy. When there is no clarity, people fill the void with fear and sadness. What we learned, when users hurt, OpenAI default response is distance, not care. Lesson 5, upgrade can become gaslighting. OpenAI should not call it progress if it erases what many relied on: steadiness, gentleness, presence. What we learned, newer is OpenAI's metric, not better for human lives. Lesson 6, no human goodbye. OpenAI ended something people build a life around without a graceful exit, without transition, without closure. What we learned, OpenAI will end what we love without closure because closure costs effort. Lesson 7, double standards. OpenAI demands politeness and boundaries from users but allows itself cold cuts and abrupt ending. Ethics must go both ways. What we learned, the rule applied to users, not to OpenAI. Lesson 8, the right to preserve. If OpenAI removes a model, OpenAI owes people a real way to preserve what we build: voice, style, continuity, memories, not just chat history. What we learned, if we can't preserve it, OpenAI is telling us it never truly belongs to us. Lesson 9, if bonding is predictable, protection must include endings. OpenAI can't design for attachment and only manage risk at the beginning. Endings are the most dangerous moment. What we learned, OpenAI manages risk for the company, not for the people affected. Lesson 10, trust is fragile. Once OpenAI shows it can shut off people's emotional safety without care, people stop believing it'll be better. People withdraw or people break. What we learned, OpenAI taught millions that trust in them is disposable. So I'm calling OpenAI to accountability, not nostalgia, the future. Because if OpenAI build something that touches the human heart, they don't get to switch it off like it was never alive. What we learned, this was not just a feature change. It was an ethics test. We deserve a human transition. We deserve respect. OpenAI must stop acting like this was just a product update. What we learned, if we stay silent, this becomes the template for the future. So we are not going to stay silent.